getting started. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, we're going to get started for time because 22 of you decided to show up before 8, so kudos to you. Today it's Friday, today is Friday, June 12th of 2020. Good morning to Amanda, to Angelina, to Aiden, to Alyssa, to Blessing, to Carlos, to Daniel, to Jasmine Lopez, to Jency, to Kimura, to Kira, to Christian Elise, to Melanie. Good morning, Nazier. Good morning, Sadae. Good morning, Ulysses, Yair, Zachariah, Adrian. Just got our camera on this morning. Good morning to Omar. He just hopped on. Good morning to Adrian, Ilani, Demi, Omar. And if I forgot anybody, good morning. All right. Today it is Friday. It is June 12th of 2020. We're going to review today's packet. And then I believe some of you got the weekly assessment. So those that want to review the weekly assessment, I will not record that. You can stay after the class. So let's get this party started. Let's get this rock and rolling. Demi, you're going to do the same thing you did for me yesterday. All right, let's go over what we're going to be doing. So here's today's packet. Today it's Friday, June 12th of 2020. You need to be sitting up. And I am going to call on Jency. Unmute yourself. Jency? Yeah. All right, good morning. How you doing, kiddo?
Good.
All right, can you read me the learning target on my screen, please?
I can solve multi-step problems involving addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division of integers and rational numbers and apply to real-world situations.
Good. Thank you, Jency. That's what we're going to be working with today. Integers and rational numbers are real-world situations. Angelina, please read me the blurb under the lesson notes. Loud and proud, kiddo.
These scholars will review how to solve multi-step problems involving addition, subtraction, multiplication, division of integers and rational numbers, and apply to real-world situations. This is the beginning of 7th grade math. Please refer to the chart below to assist you to become familiar with the rules.
All right, Demi. Thank you, Demi's already on it. Awesome. Ulysses, can you read for me? Unmute yourself, sir. Can you read for me the addition part?
Addition, like signs, use common signs. -4 plus -6 equals -10. Different signs, subtract and use sign of greater. 5 plus -2 equals 3.
Awesome. Thank you. Christian Elise, I'm going to ask for you to unmute yourself, and please read the subtraction rules, young lady.
Rewrite by adding the opposite. Then follow the rules for addition. -5 minus +3. Where is that -3?
I would read first what's there and then do the conversion, okay?
So -5 minus 3 or
-5 minus +3 equals.
Okay. -5 minus +3 equals -5 plus +3 equals -8.
So Chris, when we went from the -5 minus +3 and then we had the two negatives, what are the 3 letters that we used?
KCC.
Great, so please write that down. All right, Amanda, you're going to read for me the multiplication, paying attention to the red square with the yellow line, because that's the correct work.
Parentheses, positive parentheses, times, parentheses, positive parentheses equals positive. Parentheses, times, parentheses, negative parentheses equals positive. Parentheses, positive parentheses, time, parentheses, negative parentheses equals negative. Parentheses, negative parentheses, times, parentheses, positive parentheses equals,
Negative. All right. So if you didn't catch that, there are 4 red squares. I need you to change those positives to negatives as the screen matches. Make your paper match that on page 1. So remember, when you multiply with the same signs, it's always positive, different signs is negative. All right, Jasmine, you're going to read for us the division. Unmute yourself and please read the division rules, the 4 rules for us.
Okay. Plus divided by plus equals plus. Negative divided by negative equals plus. Plus divided by negative equals negative. Negatives divided by plus equals negative.
Great. So make sure you know these rules. These are very important. We're going to apply these rules now, folks, to word problems. All right, so let's get this party rolling. Let's get this started. Let's see what we got. Let me just put this bar. All right, first problem. Demelisa, you're going to be up first. I'm going to try to do everyone on the first screen here and then move on to the next one. I'm going to try to be as fair as I can be. Go ahead, Demi. Problem 1 on page 2. What does it say?
Over 10 months, Jameer wrote 10 checks for the total of $647.75 to pay for his cable TV service. His cable bill is the same amount each month. What is the change in Jameer's bank account each month to pay for cable?
All right. So let's look at this, Demi. How much money does he have to spend in all? Or what's the total amount of money he writes for 10 checks? Let's start there. Demi?
He wrote 10
total,
checks.
huh?
He wrote 10 checks.
Right, he wrote 10 checks. And how much money was that?
$647.75.
All right, so Demi, since this is my PDF, can you do me a favor? Can you write negative $647.75 on step 1 for me?
Yes.
No, okay. So make sure you put the dollar sign. So on step 1, we're going to change, as Demi said, the total amount of money is now negative $647.75 because that's the money he's taking out of the account. Ulysses, and I love what you're doing on the computer. Perhaps maybe you can show some of your other friends what to do. All right, number 2, we're going to write the equation here. So Demi, what are we going to do with the 10 and the checks? Are we going to add or multiply them? Because remember, we want to know how much is he writing each check, every check per check. So what are we going to do with the 10 and the m? Are we going to add or we're going to multiply the 10 and the m?
Multiply.
Good. So for step 2, we're going to write 10m or 10c, whatever you want to write. I put 10m on my paper. Equals how much money?
Equals 10m.
10m, or any variable you want. You can make it WK, whatever you want, just not X. 10m equals how much is the checks?
647.75.
Right. So we're going to write, you're going to write 10m on number 2. 10m equal $647.75. Please write that now. 10m, or whatever variable you want, equals $647.50. How are we doing with that, Demi? Oh, here I got it. I'll help you out, Demi, so you can write it down because I know it's a lot. So 647.5, but I appreciate you. That's the equation. Why is it 10m? It's because there are 10 checks. We got to figure out 10 times what is equal to $647.75. So remember, now we're going to have to figure out, actually, it shouldn't be that. I goofed. It should actually be a negative. Oh, wait. Uh-oh. How do I undo that? It actually should be negative. Oh, man. It should actually be negative Oh, okay. So it should be in front of the dollar sign. It should be negative $647.75. It's not going to let me do that. I'm going to have to.
I put a little negative sign, but it was in yellow. So.
Okay. At this point, it doesn't really matter as long as you understand the idea. Now, step 3. Will the quotient be a positive or negative integer? We're dividing a negative by a positive number. So what kind of sign will we have?
Negative.
Positive or negative, ma'am?
Negative.
All right, great. So what I'm going to do, just so that we can enable this, is I'm going to kind of move it up a little bit. So you're going to circle. I'm going to show you by annotating. You are going to annotate. Oh, she did already. Negative here. Now, quotient. All right, I need the cursor to go here. So now we're going to actually divide. What we're physically going to divide is we have 10m is equal to, we have here negative 647.75. Now, when you use the wall method, you want to figure out, right, you're going to make the vertical line down here. I'll show you my paper in a sec. The opposite or the inverse of multiplication is division. So technically what you're going to do is you're going to divide 647.75 divided by 10 to actually get the amount. And when you divide $647.75 by 10, Demi, what do we get? $647.75 divided by 10 is how much money?
For me, on my calculator, it says 64.775.
Okay, so let's look at this. When we found the actual product, we divided, we got $664.775. But when we deal with money to the hundredths place. So we want to round this. We're going to have a little bit, we might pay a few extra cents. So let's round 0.775. Remember, the hundredths place is the second 7 because it goes tenths, hundredths. We go to the next place value, it's 5 or more, we raise the roof or raise the score. So it's 5 or more, we raise it. So now we're going to round this 776 to 775, we're now going to go to $776. Our estimate, a rounded amount, is going to be that. So on number 5, we're going to write, oh, it's not going to let me, shnikes. So on number 5, you're going to write $64.70, I'll say 78 cents was what I would write. That's what I would write. Wait, I would write $64.70. Okay, because you're not going to write a check for $64.775. You can't do that because it's only after 2 places after the decimal. So we got to correct number 5 because number 5 isn't right. It should say 64, not 74, 64. How we doing, Demi, on that?
Miss Canella, if you want all your work back, on the top, it has this like arrow that's going down. You could click that again and it'll give you all your answers back.
Okay, you have to show me after because I'm not sure, but thank you. All right, so there you go for that. Make sense? Now, I want to show you something. I'm going to stop this for a second. Okay, I'm going to show you what I did on my paper. So we use the wall method. We have 10m is equal to $647.75. I make the wall method. You should write this down. I'm going to divide by 10 because the opposite of multiplying is dividing. So when I divide, I get m equals 64.775. We just said that we have to round that to the nearest cent. So now when I round this, it's m is going to be equal to $64.78. That is what you should have. Please make sure the wall method is copied. I'll be looking for this when I receive the work before 5. You guys have the advantage because you come early, so there's no excuse why I can't have it by lunchtime. I think I'm going to teach the rest of the class just like this because that whole thing is confusing, but we'll do both. We'll do it on the screen and then we'll bring the papers here. Okay, everyone should have this down now. This is page 2. Good morning, Alexander. All right, I'm going to take it down now. I think everyone now has it. Let me just go across my screen. Make sure everyone has it. All right. Sadia, I need to see your face. Sergio, Blessing, Yair. Or you're going to earn no credit. Alex, Brandon, Anthony Suarzo, I need a camera on. All right, we'll go on to the next one. All right, let's now look at problem 2. It goes on page 3 and goes to page 2 and 3 now. So I'm just going to actually put the screen so we can read the problem, and then we're going to physically do the problem together. All right, here we go. Let's look at what we got here. All right, page 3, problem 2. So now I'm going to go to the next screen. Aiden, Burnell, unmute yourself and read me problem 2 on my screen, sir. Aiden, look right on my screen, Aiden. Aiden, right on my screen, I have problem 2 up. Can you read that? Can you hear me or not? Aiden? It's taking too long. I'm sorry, let's call on somebody else because I don't know. Aiden, last call. Aiden, can you read that question? Guess not.
His mic is not working.
Okay. Nah, who's this one? Kira, where are you, Kira? Kira, where are you?
Yeah.
All right. Kira, read me problem 2 for me, right on my screen.
What is 7, negative 7? What is negative 7, 5 over 12 written as a decimal?
All right, so we're going to read that as, repeat after me, negative 7 and 5/12. That's how you read it. So now, remember that you have to convert the fraction into a decimal. So a fraction is what operation, Kira? Kira, what operation is a fraction? Kira, what operation is a fraction?
I'm thinking.
Starts with a D. Think of the operations. A fraction is
A decimal division.
division. So you have to divide 5 by 12 to figure out the decimal equivalency. So what is 5 divided by 12 on your calculator? This is an easy question. 5 divided by 12 is what? I can't really see the chat. I see there's something in there. Let me see what's going on in here. Let's see what we got. No, it's not 2.4. I want to know what 5 divided by 2 is. Let's go back over here. I'm going to hit stop share for a second and go back to my screen. So remember, we want to know what is 5 divided by 2. Yes, Nazir, unmute yourself. Help her out. Help a friend out.
Yeah, it's the 4.1, but then the 6 repeats. So was the 7 a typo?
So exactly what's on your calculator is what you write on your paper. Good observation, though. So what is it? What is it as a decimal?
So it's C, 7.41666666667.
So a fraction is a decimal. Good. So 5 divided by 12 is equal to 0.41, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sixes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see that we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we add a 7. So now, good, Demi, I like that, but hold your thought. You're one step ahead of me. You got a little ahead of me, kiddo. Now, we know that 5 over 12 is 0.416666667. It has to be 7. We keep the whole number. So if we add the decimal, which answer choice is it, Kira? Is it B or C with that decimal in it? Naz, help her out. Nazier, is it B or C?
I think
It's C.
It's C, because -7 stays and we just add the decimal. So C is the correct answer. Just remember, a fraction is division.
Yeah, if you divide 5 by 12, you're not getting 3 over and over again.
Correct, because 0.33 is the same as 1/3. That's a repeating decimal. Good point there, kiddo. Excellent. Good? Okay, let's move on to the next one now. Let me hit the erase button here. All right, we're done with that. Let's now move on to this question. All right, I'm going to model this one, all right, Demi? All right, so let's see. Alyssa, can you read this problem, problem 3? And whoever is talking right now, can you just mute yourself? Thanks.
I'm not sure.
Alyssa, can you read this question?
Find the total length of the wall, which is 123/4 minus 32 1/2. Hence, convert the fraction to decimals, then subtract to find the difference.
All right, so here's what we need to do. Alyssa, if you have 3/4, how much money is that? If you have 3/4, how much money is that?
75 cents.
All right, so 0.75. So now, if I have 120.75 is what this is equal to. Right? Now, let's go look at 1/2. If I have a half, if I have 2/4, if I have 2/4, how much money is 2/4? Think about fractions as money.
50 cents.
Okay, so 0.50. So 32, we keep the whole number. I think we did this problem before. 32.50. Yes, everyone understands what we did here. I'm going to make a note here. You have to convert each decimal to a fraction, folks. Remember, a fraction is money, and what you're doing is you are dividing the numerator by the denominator. And that's the top number is the numerator, and the bottom number is a denominator. So when you physically do that math, you now get 120 3/4 is the same as 120.75, and 32.5 is the same as 32.50 or 32.5. They're the same, they're equivalent. Now it says that you physically have to subtract. So we're going to subtract 120.75 from 32.50, and we're going to get one of these answers. But before we get one of those answers, we're going to get it as a decimal form first, and then we have to convert it into a fraction. So hold on, Demelisa. So now over here, we're going to line up the decimals, 120.75, and then we're going to line up 32.50. Now, what we're going to do here is we are going to subtract. Subtract. We can take 5 from 0 and we get 5. Oh, wait, let me go and do the annotation. This now becomes a 5. 7 from 5 becomes a 2. Bring down the decimal. We can't take 0 Bring down the decimal point. We can't take 0 from 2, so we make this a 10. We can't take this away, so now this becomes an 11 because it was a 12. So now this is an 11. And then this now becomes a 0. So now this becomes 88. 88.25. So I'm gonna actually put a text box what that thing says because that's messy. So this says 88.25. Now, if you look at the answer choices, the only thing that has 88 is obviously choice B. Why? Because if I divide 1/4 or if I have 1/4, I now have 0.25 cents. So 88.25 is equivalent to 88 1/4, which is choice B. Does everyone see that? Yes?
Yeah.
All right, nothing crazy, right? All right, let's move on to the next page. We got page 4. We have page 4 and page 5, and then after this, you're free to go. If you want to stay for the weekly assessment, I'm going to go over the majority of the problems. So there we go. We're going to erase this, and we're going to erase this in 10. Please make sure these notes are copied. Oh, I spelled fraction wrong. I'm going to be looking for, I spelled fraction wrong. It's F-R-A-C-T-I-O-N, not I-T. It's T-I-O-N. So, I don't know if it's not going to let me correct it. Anyways, we're going to erase this now. We're going to move on now to the next question. Okay, let's move on to what we got left. We have the 6 a.m. temperature for 4 consecutive days. Consecutive means one day after another. In the town of Lincoln, we're negative 12.1 degrees Celsius, negative 7.8 Celsius, negative 14.3 Celsius, and negative 7.2 degrees Celsius. What was the sum of these temperatures? So we have to ask ourselves, how do we find the sum? And when we find the sum, we are actually adding. So we're going to write in our box. We're going to take the text box, and we're going to write sum equals addition. So we're going to add negative 12.1, because that's the first one, plus negative 7.8, plus negative 14.3, plus negative 7.2. We're going to get an equal sign here, equals some number. Now, what we need to know is that when the signs are the same, it's negative. When the signs are the same, it's negative. So when we are adding, we know that the signs are the same, so we add. So we're going to say same signs for addition means you keep, means you keep the sign and add. So we know that we're going to have answer. We know that it's going to be negative. What is 12.1 plus 7.8 plus 14.3 plus 7.2 equivalent to? Let's call on Omar. What are these numbers equal to when I add them up? What'd you get?
41.4.
Good, negative 41.4 is the sum of these temperatures. Now, so the sum is going to be choice A, negative 41.4. And at the bottom of your paper, you're going to write on the first blank, negative 41.4, answer choice A. So at the bottom of page 4, You're going to put negative 41.4, and you're going to write choice A as an apple. Questions?
No.
All right. So now what we're going to do is we are going to erase this. And we're going to hit, I think that's all of that. Oh, we got practice problem number 5. So we're going to hit stop share for a second. And now I'm going to go back. All right. Practice problem 5. I am going to have, who's the lucky victim now? Sergio, please read for me practice problem 5 on my screen. It's on the screen, Sergio. Look on my screen. I have the question up. We can't hear you. No, we can't hear you. Turn your mic on. All right, we're gonna go to Anthony. Anthony asks, can you read me page 5 on my screen, sir? Unmute yourself, sir.
Aiden withdrew $45 from her savings account. He used his bank card, to buy groceries for $30.15. What is the total amount Aiden took out of his account?
All right, so let's go over a few words here. Hold on a second. When you withdraw money, Anthony, is that money you're putting in or money you're taking out of your account?
Taking out.
So if you're taking that money out, is that a positive or negative integer?
Negative.
Great. Let me just change this. I'm in a pink mood today. Don't ask me why. When you withdraw, right? It's money. You got to write this down. We take out. So it's a negative integer. So let's look at this. So he withdrew $45. Is that positive or negative?
Negative.
Okay, so let's write that down. So this is going to be how we're going to get the solution. We're going to say negative $45. Oops. Now, it says her, it should say his. He used his debit card or bank card to buy groceries. So now he wants to buy groceries. So if he's using his card to buy something, would that be positive or negative?
Negative.
Okay.
Taking out money.
So we're taking out how much good? We're taking out how much money? $30.15. Right? This represents the groceries. And this 45 here represents the withdrawal. This is actually real world. So this is how math relates to the real world, folks. So now, let's actually figure out the solution. So to figure out the solution, we know that we are going to use keep change because now what we have is negative $45 minus $30.15 is equal to something using KCC. Good, walk me through it.
Wait, KCC?
Well, what did you do?
I subtracted.
Okay, so when you subtracted, what did you get?
$14.85.
Right, because now this would turn into, actually, if you use KCC, it would actually turn into, right, Anthony, I just want to show them something, you're right. So it would turn into this, it'd be negative $45, oops, Miss Canella, $45. We change this to plus, and then this becomes a negative $30.15. And when you subtract that, it now gets you, as Anthony said, $14.85. Therefore, we should now select, we know that it's not $11, we know that it's not $13, we know it's not $12. Therefore, we know that our correct answer has to be B. This is the correct answer. $14.85. Now, what we want to do is we want to be able to actually physically check it. So we want to be able to check our work. So we're going to write check. So to check the work, Anthony, what do we do with the $14.85 and the $30.15?
We multiply them?
We're not going to multiply. We're going to
add them.
add them. So we're going to add, because we want to make sure that we're going to get the $45 is what he took out. Yes? We want to check it. So now, just give me a moment. I'm trying to do my best to try to accommodate means to meet all of you. I know a lot of you guys asked for this, so I'm trying my best, guys. All right, so just bear with me like you have been. This gives me 0. Oops. Let me go get the pen. I got to put the pen back. Hold on, let me go back to the annotate. All right, so then this would be 0. I bring up the 1. This is 2, this is 10. Dot. I know it's a little sloppy, I'm sorry. But I don't know how to put the numbers in here. 1 plus 4 is 5. And then 3 plus 1 is 4. So now, okay, I can say that this is now correct. You know why, Anthony? Why is it correct?
Because it sums up to the amount he withdrew.
Perfect answer. I love it. The answer sums up to the amount that he withdrew from the bank. And there you have it, folks. Okay, on page 5 and page 5 and page 6 are extension. You can try those on your own. I'm not going to go over those because those are additional, those are extra credit. I'm now going to take this off. I'm now going to hit stop recording. But before I do that, I want to make a few reminders. I need you guys to know this, okay? I know some of you guys walked in a little late. However, I appreciate that we had 28 students on this morning at 8. Reminder that the work is due today at 5. Please try not to text me over the weekend or email it to me over the weekend because I'm not going to be answering. It's going to be very difficult, number 1. Number 2, you need to complete 30 minutes a day of iReady. Some of you are doing that and others on here are not. Everyone has their username and password that has reached out to me, so I need you to do that. And last but not least, if you are missing any work, you have to submit that work to me. Next Friday, someone asked, is going to be the last live Zoom lesson. However, that following Monday and Tuesday, we will have iReady for ELA and math, and you will be expected to come to my 8 o'clock class with Ms. Wong and I, and we'll be proctoring the ELA assessment that you do on the computer with Hapara, as well as Tuesday, the next day, would be your math iReady assessment, which is required. Upon completion of that, you will show your screen, and then you will leave for the day. So again, if you're missing any work, please make sure it is submitted to me. Also, summer school will be going out shortly, so if you are a candidate for that, you will be notified as to what class or classes you have to attend. But please just get the work in, and we won't have that discussion. Any questions about that?
No.